Hey everyone, it's Lisa, and today is Monday, and I'm actually getting ready to go to the dentist. And I thought this morning, I was just determined I was doing a tutorial today. And so what I did is this look, which is basically, I think it's just like the other day, my Friday video. It's using the Chanel Mystic Eyes and the same lip combo. I believe it's the same everything. So the lighting is terrible today. It's raining or misty. It's warm. It's just one of those yuck days. So I had to play with the lighting a little bit, and I don't know if you'll be able to see very well, but I just figured I would try. So I'll be right back with one of my crazy tutorials. I've already put on, let's see, I've washed my face this morning with Dove soap, and then I put on my Clinique Rollerball Eye Serum, which you can, I don't know if you can see, but it really does help. It's a miracle. And so what I was going to do with my hair is, several of you asked me what I used to pin it back the other day. It was just this simple little clip, and I got it at Ulta. It was in a 2-pack, just a little clip like that, but it does have like these little teeth thing that help it. And all I did was take just my bangs. You don't want to take too much because you still want that fullness, like right here. And so all I did was take that, and I think I might have twisted it. I washed my hair last night, so I didn't do as good of a blowout as she did. And then I just did that. So that's what I'm going to do today. And I have all this new growth, which I am pretty tickled about, because when I got that Bumble and Bumble concentrate and a lot of my hair broke, it broke off around my hairline. So, okay. The first thing I do is my Giorgio Armani #1 Master Corrector, and I put it right there in that dark, like that. And I need to get some more, mine's running out. And then I just try to pat it in, and I keep it, I don't like go all under my eye, I keep it right in that darkest area, and just basically pat it in, like that. I didn't get a chance to paint my fingernails last night. I always put my base coat on, and normally after I dry my hair, I will paint my fingernails before I go to bed, and I forgot last night, and so my fingernails don't look good. And it is an incredibly messy, rainy, misty day. Matter of fact, I took Will to school in a tank top. It was already 65 degrees when we got up, so it's kind of a weird day, but I was determined I was going to do this video today. And see, I'm sure you can see the cats chewing on the tree. I've got my water bottle here. I don't know if it'll help. Let me go get them. I don't care if they get under it or just look at it, but I don't want them chewing on it because I don't want them getting hurt. Okay, so that was good. That gave that time to sink in. Okay, this is something I was going to tell you guys about, and this, I've told you several times that I think anybody could make any shade of the RachelK work for them, and this is what I mean. I've been using the neutral RachelK, and then I was having to mix the classic beige and natural beige Laura Mercier mineral powders because the classic beige had gotten too dark for me. Well, I really like the, I don't know, I like the tone and the, I like the classic beige better. I like the way it looks on me. It just has more of a warm tone. So what I do to keep that from being too dark is I just switch to the fair RachelK. It's the fair RachelK, which you can tell it's going to be way too light for me, but that's the beauty of it. And I'll try to, so you can see how I got a little bit of like just darkening and capillaries and stuff, especially over here. You can probably see it. And this just covers that up and gives me a good canvas. Goodness, they're playing with the train set. We're gonna finish up tonight. John was like Clark Griswold with the lights last night, or actually for 2 days. Some of the lights were on our Christmas tree, and so he's been trying to fix them, replacing all the bulbs and doing all that stuff, and has driven him crazy. So that's why we haven't decorated it yet. It took him until last night to go to every store in town and buy replacement bulbs and everything else. Okay. I think I put a little bit too much. And I've had several of you say that you read or watched other videos on this and they say that you should pat it in. Just do whatever works for you. This, to rub it in, works for me because I want it all in my, you know, pores and fine lines. And that might even be what they say, but I'm basically using this as a primer anyway. Like as a corrector and a primer. And you see how white. So now I have the Laura Mercier Classic Beige Mineral Powder SPF 15. And I put some in my lid. And I've got my Sephora 55 Airbrush. This is my favorite brush. They do sell a new version of this that's black. That's basically just as good. I still prefer this one better, but it might be in my head. I don't know. But I get this in my brush. And then I just start, and the first place I touch is right here where I'm going to want maybe it darkest anyway. And then I go to spread it out. And I go everywhere, all under my eyes, and then I bring it up on my forehead. I don't do my eyelids. All around my mouth. But I hope you can see how that just is the prettiest finish. It's just something about the combination. And the reason I'm making all those crazy faces is because you want it to get in all of the crevices and in your pores. Like when you do that, you know, it spreads everything out. Because you want to work it in there. Of course, I don't want it on my lips. I've got my Sarah Happ lip slip on my lips from this morning. Just get everywhere really good. And then I usually take what's left and bring it underneath. I've been out of my spray tanner lately. I love the True Blue Spa Spray Tan from Bath & Body Works, and I got to go get some more because I miss it. I'm just buffing it in really good. So that gives a good even finish. And what I love about this is because it gets in every like little pore and wrinkle. Do you see them? They're going to drive me nuts. When you are talking to someone or when you look in the mirror, your skin still looks like skin. It's not like it looks like just a heavy made up finish. It's beautiful. I get the most compliments on my skin, on my makeup. Okay, so the next thing I do is some type of bronzer or contour, and one of my favorites is this Dior, I believe it's called let's see, DiorSkin Nude in 050 Cafe Mocha. And my friend Kat at the Dior counter suggested this, and this is how it looks. So it's got like a light pink stripe on the top, and then a dark and darker little, kind of like a bronzer. And the brush I love is this one, and it is the MAC 138. And what I usually do is just kind of lay it down like that, and I kind of avoid that pink. And start in my contour right here, and then I swing up around my hairline, and back down, and then back under, and then down my neck. And then kind of go back over it just to blend it. Like that. And so I just kind of get all the colors except for the pink. And then I go up around my hairline, back down, and then under, jawline, and then down. And that gives you just a little bit of contour, not too much. I don't need a whole lot because I already have, my face is kind of thin, but I just like it. I think that just helps everything, and plus it helps with bronzer, or for bronzer if I needed a little bit more color. Okay, one of my favorite blushes, and you guys know this, is the Lorac Velvet Rope. This is just one of those blushes that, this and Exposed by Lorac, and Chanel Fleur de Lotus, I believe is the one. Those are the ones that I can just put on and I know I'm gonna love. So, and my favorite blush brush is this one. It's the Bobbi Brown, just their latest blush brush. I just got it a couple months ago. And I love the way it's beveled on both sides. So I just usually dip one side and dip the other like that. And then I go right on my cheekbone. Just kind of pat it on, and I come in a little bit further than I used to. Just a little bit in. And I think that, I don't know, I just think that makes your face look a little bit more full if you'll come in a little bit. And then I go on the cheekbone, come in. Now, if I were to go right on the apples of my cheek, see how they kind of fall down? So you want to, that's why I don't necessarily smile while I'm doing it. I just do it right on my cheekbone. Like that. It's just what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go spray my face down with MAC Fix Plus. And then I'll probably, if I have my hair dryer out, I usually blow dry it, but if not, I stand in front of our space heater and dry it. And what that does is it takes everything I've used and kind of seals it in together. Also, it takes my makeup and kind of puts it in all those fine lines and pores and kind of, I don't know, seals it in there so it doesn't look powdery, doesn't emphasize your lines. It just makes everything look better. So I just did that, and I hope you can see that it just made it just dewier and just sealed everything in. And then to make sure it's not too shiny, like right here and right over there, this has been my favorite thing. It is the Bobbi Brown Brightening Finishing Powder, and comes in this case, and it's a really neat powder. The concept of this is just all those tones together just help brighten. So I take this brush, which is a wonderful brush. It's the Smashbox. It's the Smashbox Face and Cheek Brush. And I usually just, you know, do like that in all the different colors. And then I go right here on the forehead, and then kind of down the middle of my face. And then I finish out. And I think that just, it's a beautiful powder. It doesn't make it look too powdery. It's just perfect. Perfect. And it's easy. It's a little bit easier to me than like any of the loose powders. I just love that. Okay. So the next thing I usually do would be my lips. And that's kind of like a weird way that started. I started just because I would put my lips on, and then I could, I don't know, I could figure out what I was going to do with my eyes. And I felt like it made me feel better. It's kind of like putting on your perfume first. It made me feel better to go ahead and get my lip color on. But what I've enjoyed about it is now I go ahead and put my lip color on, and that way it gives me time to see how I feel about it. You know, if the whole time I've got it on I really don't like it, well then I can have time to take it off and put something else on. So that's what I like about it, is it gives me time to figure out if that's what I really want to wear. So today I thought I would wear, I've got a dentist appointment today, so I thought I would wear this lip stain, which is the YSL number 17, and it is just a gorgeous lip stain. No liner or anything. And I usually just start out kind of tracing the outside of my lips with this, just to get it to the edge. That. And that will, boy, that will last a long time. I hope you can see it. I know the light is so bright. Here, I'll back up. It's kind of like a blue pink, and I love it. Let's see. Okay, then the next thing I do is I use this basically every day. I mean, I don't know when the last time I didn't use it was. It is the Laura Mercier Buff Eye Basics. And just take it out and put some swipes on my eyes. I'll just, you know, rub it all over, all the way up to my brow. And make sure you get into the inner corner like that. And then I go under. I hope you can see that that's a pretty, you know, it makes your eyelids look pretty just by itself. I turned on this overhead light. I'm not sure it's going to help. Maybe it will. I don't know. We'll see. This is just an attempt. Okay, so I'm going to do today's eye look with the Chanel Mystic Eyes. I had a few requests. I've only used this that one time, so we'll cross our fingers and hope that it works out good. And what I usually do is start out, I never do an all over lid color. I just don't like to do that. I feel like the Eye Basics has already provided a good base, and my eyeshadows just don't go on as well. And I just like the way they look directly over this Laura Mercier Buff. So what I usually do is start off with a mid-tone brownish type color, a warm color, and so that was the one I've used with this one. But I'm going to take a 217 and dip it in there. And what I always do is hold my eye, and I start off on the outer corner and go like that, and then I work in, going right on that like brow bone. And I go all the way in like that, and then that's when I start kind of working it back and forth, and I make sure that I pull it out far enough, and then just kind of buffing out that line. And like I said, this is a little darker than I'm used to seeing right in the beginning, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, and the other eye, hold the eye, and then go down and then go in. And don't really worry about the lines and everything yet. And then I make sure I've got the edge looking good. And then what I do is take a pencil brush or some type of, I usually take my 219 pencil brush, and I take that same color and go underneath my eyes, the outer about 2/3. And then sometimes I run it up to connect it and back in, like that. And that just kind of connects the top to the bottom, like that. And I have found the best makeup looks the worst while you're doing it. So don't, like right now that looks terrible, but don't fret yet, because it just seems to come together in the end. Okay, so then the next color I used, and you'll notice I never do really use a lid color. I always just put a little bit of that on the outer lid and then bring it in. And then the next thing I usually do is take a brush, just any flat type brush. This is a Sigma SS 252, which is like a MAC 252. And I take that silver color that's right beside that one down here. And someone said it was chalky. I haven't noticed it yet, but we'll see. And I do the inside, just the inside of the lid right here. And then a little bit right there, and then right here on the bottom, and just meet up with that other color. There's not a lot of pigment in this, but that's probably good. Okay, so the inner lid right there, the inner 1/3 or almost half, and then the inner corner, and then right here. And that just gives you the brightness right there. And then I took the cream color up here, and let's see, I'll take another clean 217 and get some of that cream color, and that's when I would do it right here under the brow and kind of blend that top line. Down like that. And then maybe do even a little bit more right in here. Okay, and that's it for now. Now what I would do is my eyebrows, and I've been doing, normally I was only just doing brow gel, but lately I've been doing a combo of the MAC Fling and my blonde brow gel. So I think I forgot to bring that out, but I'll go ahead and do this real quick first. Okay, the MAC Fling is like their blonde little teeny tiny pencil, and what I've been doing is just basically filling in the bottom of this front area like that, and then carrying it straight across and then down and extending them just a little bit like that, and then filling in this area and bringing it up like that and then down. And sometimes if I'm in a hurry and I feel like really getting some pigment on there quick, I do it backwards, you know, against the hair, and then it gets more in there a little bit quicker. So you can see that's kind of harsh for me. So then I take my Lise Watier brow brush, spoolie thing, and then just brush it out and get any of the excess or hard lines and then get my brows all set in place like that. Really make sure I don't like a real harsh front of my brow, so I make sure I get in. But you can see, boy, that makes a difference. Okay, now I'm gonna go get my brow gel because I love, that's like the finishing touch, and it's the Anastasia Blonde Brow Gel. You can see this light is making me look shadowy. That's the way it goes. Okay, then I just go right over it with this, and that kind of, I don't know if it lightens it or if it just warms them up, but plus it keeps them in place. Like that. And if I ever get too much, then I just go through it again with this and just make sure that, you know. And I kind of like, I don't want mine to be too, I like it if a few hairs are sticking up or something, because I think that looks, I don't know, I think it looks more natural and looks pretty. Okay, so the next thing I do is my eyeliner, and I'm not through with my eyeshadow, but this is just the way I have found that I like it best. And the other day I used this, so I'm going to use it again. Look, my mom's calling. Hold on. I'm going to sharpen this because these soft ones, really, you need to keep them sharpened to get a good wing liner. And my favorite sharpener is this Sue Devitt. I'm sure there's probably ones just as good, but this just happens to be the one that I like the best, and it's good for her pencils. So, see, it gets it at a good point. This is going to be tough to do on camera. Okay, normally with liquid or gel liner, I start in the corner, but with a pencil liner, I start on the edge. And I just hold my eye and kind of do a line like that. And just try to get as close as you can to the lashes. Which is hard for me because I'm kind of far away. And then what you can do is take your brush, which, let me find my brush. My favorite angle brush is this one. It's Sigma 266. These are the old Sigmas when Sigma first got started, and they're my favorite. So that's my brush I use. And what I'm going to do is just, I usually take my wing, I try to use the end of my eyebrow as a guide and the end of my crease color. So I'm going to take it up like that. And then I'm going to kind of meet it like that. And then I'm going to take this brush and just finish it up, like bring it down into the lash line. Just make sure all my lines are bright. Like that. Okay, do the next one. So I'm not really pulling my eye, I'm just kind of holding it tight. Okay, and then I'm going to think about the end of my crease color and the end of my eyebrow. So I'm going to kind of go up to here and go down and then meet it up across like that. And then I try to look and make sure they're somewhat similar, but they're never going to be exact. Probably because my eyes are shaped different. Just make sure you get all down the lash line. Now you could use this if you want more of a subtle wing. You could use this and then go over that liner and then just pull it out yourself, but I found that it wasn't enough for me because I love my wing liner. Okay, so now I'm going to put on my false lashes, and I've been using these, which are the D Wispies from the same, it's still the Ardell, but these are the ones that are available at Sally's, and I cannot really tell a difference. Gina said that she could tell a difference, but I can't. But I still have been ordering. I've gotten some other of the 105S's from, or is it 205? I don't know, the other ones that I use. I'll put it down here. But I just ordered like 5 pair from Madame Madeline online, and they were $5.15 per pair. And okay, these, I just put a fresh strip on yesterday, but they're still not sticky enough, so I've got to use my glue. I know I told you one time I liked the Duo with the brush, but I changed my mind. I like the Duo Eyelash Adhesive, the dark tone, the best. And I forgot my toothpick. I'm going to try to do this without a toothpick. But normally what I do, I better go get it. So I've got a toothpick. I just have them right there in the same drawer with my Q-tips. I just hold them and I get a, like a glob up like that. And, you know, just put some on the lash. And then I take the toothpick and kind of spread it out so that it's everywhere. And it's gray, so you can see it, but it's thin. And then what I do is I just set it down. And then I go to the other one and get it and do the same thing. Okay, and just spread it out. This keeps it from being too globby. And then I usually just, you know, put everything back up, let it, and what I'm doing is letting this dry just a few minutes because that makes it like extra tacky. And I bought one of those eyelash, you know, the metal eyelash, what is it? It's the tool that you put them on with, but I seem to like the good old tweezers better. Okay, so I take that first lash that I put the glue on, and I usually, you know, try to bend them a little bit so they're shaped, you know, like my eyes. Take them with the tweezers, and I just put them right on, and just kind of push them up to my eyes. And then I usually do like this. But these had already been trimmed. I've already worn these probably 2 times. Okay, so there's that lash. You can see that it kind of goes right into my liner, and sometimes I take the toothpick and just make sure that it's down enough right here in the front that it's not going above my liner. So do like that. Okay, and by this time the other side is, or the other lash is pretty tacky, and you just bend it so it's curved good, which I also store them on this so that they stay curved. Do you guys see them all over my tree? I'm telling you. Okay, and then I usually set the front down first and then just put them down like that. You can see this is easier than mascara could ever be. And then just, when I do like this, I can kind of feel them, feel that wet glue sticking. So there's the lashes, and let me go take care of them real quick. Toothpick, and I just kind of press it around like that. And that is the lashes. Okay, then I usually pick one of these liners to go on my bottom waterline. Either the Heirloom by MAC, which is a lavender color, or let's see, Power Surge by MAC, which is a bronzy color. But lately my favorite color has been by Lise Watier, and it is Fauve. F-A-U-V-E, and it is just a bronzy metallic type color, and I go right in my bottom waterline. Kind of work it into the lashes a little bit, and it gives you just a little, I don't know, a little pizzazz at the bottom. You gotta see him. Bubba, what are you doing? Is that Christmas tree you're eating? He must be feeling better. Okay, and then this waterline. See how I'm rubbing it kind of on the waterline and in the lashes too. Isn't this gorgeous? Everybody wants to be on camera pulling their bottom lid down. Okay, and I love that. I love Lise Watier makeup. I'm still not through with eyeshadow. Now I'm going to put my mascara on, which I like the Urban Decay Super Curl for my bottom lashes. That Chanel mascara is fabulous. Probably the best Chanel mascara. I know it's the best Chanel mascara I've ever used. It went on just beautifully, and it did not run. And Brooke's already got it. She loves it. But I really like this for the bottom because it's curved like right to my bottom lashes. I mean, it couldn't be any better. So I usually just, I really like mascara on the bottom. I'm doing this long distance. In my bathroom, I would be like 2 inches or 1 inch away from the mirror. do one side, and then I usually do the other, and then I usually kind of go back. See how this brush just like curves perfectly. I've heard the reason that you open your mouth like that when you're putting your mascara on is it keeps you from blinking. And I've noticed a lot of people do it. And I go to the other side and do it again because, you know, a little bit more sticks the second time you do it. Okay. And now all I need to do with the top lashes is just blend. You can see my lashes, you probably can't, but if you were up close talking to me, you probably could. So I just take, this is one of my favorite mascaras. It's the MAC Hot and Naughty. And this is the one, Hot and Naughty 2 Black Lash that my friend Olivia sent me, and it's extra good. So I just take that mascara and just, I don't go on these outer lashes. I just am basically blending mine in like that. I'm not even really trying to push them into the lashes. I'm just trying to make sure that they're dark so that you don't see them. Like that. Okay, now for the final step of the eyeshadow. This is what I always wait to this point, and I don't know why, but it just works best for me. And I like to take my favorite is the Louise Young. It's one of her blending brushes. She's got a couple that are long and skinny like this, and I just pick up the first one I see, so it doesn't matter which one. And I dip it in the darkest color. And I would do this with any combo. Whatever the darkest color I'm using, I wait to this point, and I go directly from the edge of my wing liner like this in with the, see how I have the brush kind of pointed up, and then with what's left I do the other side, and I'm kind of going right on that bone, and all that does is deepen it. And I like to come all the way in because that's where my eyes are kind of saggy, is right in there. And then if I need to, I'll, you know, blend it out just a little bit right up here with what's left on the brush. So that is it. And then if I look at it and I think, oh, it looks a little bit, you know, unblended or like it needs something, I'll take something like this that can get pretty precise, and I'll grab this gray color again and then go in here and do this, and that kind of blends that bottom of that lightest color. Like that. And this is a darker look, but I like it, and I think with the eyelashes and stuff it works. And okay, so that's it for everything, but the last thing that I do is my concealer. It's concealer but slash highlighter, and I love the Maybelline Dream Lumi in Radiant. And another one I like is this Clinique Airbrush Concealer, and this is number 2. My friend Amy sent it to me, and I usually just use what's on it. Today I'll click it because I don't think I've clicked it in a while, and I just do dots right under in that, let's see, right in that darkest space right here. Like that, and it's not a lot of product, and then I just take my finger and start patting it in, and I don't, you know, go like all up under my eyes. I'm just wanting it to stay right there on that darkest part, and then I usually bring it out right here for any fallout or just a highlight under there. This one is not as brightening as the Radiant, but the coverage is a little better, and it's just a little bit of a different look. Just thought I would use it since I usually use the other one. And then go in here. Like that. And that is it. That is it. So I'm going to finish getting dressed, and I want to show this to you guys real quick. I've got a spot right there, but this is one of those tanks from Banana Republic that I showed you guys a while, probably about a month ago. And I got a stripe one and a black one, and I really like them. I want to show you how well, I've got a regular bra on, how well they cover my bra straps, and it's one that's kind of fitted, you know, right down to the bottom. It's a real nice layering tank because it's not bulky, but yet it's still, you know, substantial enough, you know, to cover everything up. It's not spaghetti strap or something like that. So I wanted to show you guys this. So today I've just put on a Wild Fox sweatshirt, which they're my favorite. They're so soft. They're just unbelievably soft, and they're kind of thin, so they're not as bulky and sloppy looking. And let me step out. I've got on those legging cargo pant type things from, well, hello, from Costco, the ones that have the pockets and are kind of, they look like suede almost, and they feel like just like pajama bottoms. And then for shoes, I've just got on my comfortable Gianni beanie, and these are from last year. They don't sell them anymore. They are just the best shoes ever. I love them. Just decided to keep my hair like this just because it feels good to have the hair out of my face for a change. And now that my color is so much better, I like it. And I've still got my mirror right here. But what I did is I went and I kept it in this, I didn't even take it down, so I've still got it in this same little clip. And I put some dry shampoo right in here and right in here. Even though my hair is not dirty, I just washed it last night, that gives it that extra oomph right there. And then I just used hairspray and kind of sprayed it. And I, you know, blew it out myself. I did not use anything but the brush. I've been using that brush that is so here good. It is, and I bought it at my hair salon, which is Blush House of Beauty. And actually, I'll put their number down below because anything I use on my hair, you can get there. But it's this brush, and I just looked and it says Ariel 110, made in Italy. And I think they come in like 3 sizes, and this is the medium one. And I have not mastered it yet. Matter of fact, I had just pretty much given up on it until she used it on my hair the other day. And I told her, I said, I just can't use that brush. And she said, why? She said, it's the best one. And I said, because it's just hard. And she said, don't try to twirl it. She said, just pull it. And of course, when she was blowing out my hair, it was a lot easier. And she was just pulling it, you know, with the hair dryer on it and pulling it. And then she twists it up, and then she'll let it go like this. And my hair just comes down like in a spindle. It's beautiful. Well, last night I really, really tried with this, and I used it the best that I could. And when I first got it, they told me I could boil it for a few minutes to loosen the bristles up, but I didn't want to do that. And I think they might be loosening up a little bit, but it really does help straighten it. Like this morning, you know, I had to take both kids to school. I take one, come back, get the other one, go, and I take Brooke's friend. So anyway, I'm out on the road for like an hour in the humidity, so you can see it's kinked up some, but really it did good to have not had to flat iron it or curl iron it or anything. And so I'm hoping once I get used to just straighten it, then I can start doing the twirling. But all I could do is just straighten, you know, pull it straight and pull it straight. For my accessories, I have on my gold Sheila, my Dean Davidson Onyx Castle ring. Love it. I love the earrings too. I just kind of wanted a hoop for today because I was just something different. And I thought about trying to put some necklaces and stuff on. I just don't feel like it. It's just one of those days. Or a scarf, all that stuff. It's hot outside and muggy, and I just want to be comfortable. And so that is it, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you real soon. Bye-bye.